Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to focus on the brand Cetaphil because I feel like Cetaphil is often overlooked as a drugstore brand or maybe even stepped over, especially when we have other really popular brands like CeraVe that people love or other affordable brands like The Ordinary. But Cetaphil does have some really great products, especially in the moisturizer category, but they have so many different moisturizers. Whatever. Okay. Are we surprised? So I thought it would be helpful to talk through all of these moisturizers, ingredient highlights, formulation, and which ones may be better for certain skin types than others so that you guys can hopefully figure out which Cetaphil moisturizer is going to work best for you. So maybe if you're somebody that can't use CeraVe products, they cause your skin to sting and burn, or you're just looking for something different from the drugstore, then this is a perfect video for you. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so I recently uploaded a video just like this, but for CeraVe moisturizers, and I liked the way that I organized that. So from thinnest to thickest moisturizer, basically. Let's do the same thing here. Side note, if you haven't seen that video yet, I will link that below, but let's start off with the thinnest or lightest weight moisturizer first, which is definitely their daily hydrating lotion. This says it's a facial lotion for dry to extra dry skin with hyaluronic acid. It provides immediate and lasting hydration, is non-comedogenic and fragrance-free. This is a very interesting product because I would almost venture to say it's not even a lotion, it's more so a serum because the focus of the ingredient label is definitely on humectant ingredients and really not much else. So humectant ingredients are ingredients that are going to hydrate the skin because they are water-binding ingredients. So they draw moisture to the surface of the skin, leaving the skin looking and feeling nice and plump and healthy and glowy. So some of those great hydrators in this moisturizing lotion include urea, glycerin, sodium PCA, and hyaluronic acid. Really not much else going on. So if you're someone with dry to extra dry skin, I actually don't think this is going to be a product for you. I don't really understand why they call that out on the front of the label unless they're thinking that this is supposed to be something that's more so like a serum that you would wear underneath a thicker moisturizer. If that's the case and that's how you want to use it, then I think it would be a great product to add some additional hydration to the skin, but on its own, definitely not going to be the moisturizer for you if you have dry skin, especially flaky skin. This is not going to do it for you. You definitely are going to benefit from something that's much more occlusive. But if you have really, really oily skin and you want something to help to hydrate, maybe you have a little bit of flakiness going on, which can definitely still happen even if you have oily skin, this is a great product. So good daytime moisturizer. It's I'm sorry, I always have hair in my face. It's so lightweight, almost to the point where it feels like water. So again, if you're oily, I feel like you would really gravitate towards something like this because it dries down very quickly, feels like you're not wearing anything, but again, still does have some really nice hydrating ingredients in it. So if you're curious to see how this compares to the CeraVe PM Facial Moisturizing Lotion, because the bottles are identical, I actually do have a comparison review on those two products that I will link below. But other than that, I do think this is something that is great for oily skin, especially during the daytime. Next up is their moisturizing lotion. So this one actually says it's for the body and face, and a few of the moisturizers that I have here do say that. But it says it's for all skin types, that it provides lightweight 24-hour hydration, contains 6 moisturizers plus vitamin E and B5. I think whenever the word body is added to a moisturizer like this, it makes people really hesitant to use it on their face. I feel like that's a very common question that I see that actually goes both ways. For a facial moisturizer, can I use it on the body? Or for a body moisturizer, can I use it on the face? And I think that there are a few different kind of waves of thought there as to why maybe you can't use a body moisturizer on the face. Number one, maybe that it's going to be something that breaks you out because it has comedogenic ingredients in it. Number two, maybe it has other ingredients that could be irritating or sensitizing to the face that are less problematic for the body. Or number three, maybe the formulation is just not ideal for facial application. It could be thick and greasy and heavy. And I think all of those things combined make people really nervous to use a product like this that says it's both for the face and body. But in the case of this moisturizer, none of those things are true. There are no comedogenic ingredients, especially high up on the label, which is definitely what I look for. I've said this before, but if there's one comedogenic, if I see a comedogenic ingredient very last on a label, that's not something that I freak out about or really even think twice about because that's likely not going to be a problem for me. What may be a problem for me is if a comedogenic ingredient is second on the label in a high concentration, or there are many comedogenic ingredients on the label. Even still, there's no way of knowing whether a product is going to cause you to break out or not unless you try it. So yes, we can look for ingredients that may be likely to do that, but it still is not a promise either way. So just wanted to say that. I feel like sometimes there are questions about that out there. That's really the only way to know. But in the case of this product, no comedogenic ingredients, no irritating, sensitizing ingredients. It's also fragrance and essential oil free. And it has some really awesome ingredients. So it has nice hydrators like glycerin and panthenol. So that is the vitamin B5. I love panthenol. Not only is it going to hydrate the skin, but it's a great calming, soothing, skin protecting ingredient. This also has avocado seed oil in it, which is something that is not going to be problematic for those that have acne prone skin in the way that something like coconut oil would be. So I think oftentimes seeing plant-based oils like that on a label, well, I shouldn't say oftentimes, I don't know if that's true, but I think there's a general fear out there sometimes that plant-based oils are always going to be problematic for those that have acne prone skin. That's definitely not the case. Avocado oil is just something that's going to be a great source of fatty acids that will help to soften and smooth the skin. And then this does have dimethicone in it as well, which is an occlusive moisturizing ingredient, so something that will actually create a moisture seal on the skin to prevent transepidermal water loss. So great set of ingredients. Also has the vitamin E, which is an antioxidant that can help to condition the skin, and the formulation is great. Nice lightweight moisturizer, it's not greasy, it dries down well, and I think it's something that would be great for those that have normal skin. I feel like normal skin types often get left out, but I mean, you guys have it kind of good. You can basically just pick whatever you want based on your personal preferences. I should say here quickly that just because I'm saying a product is best for certain skin types doesn't mean that you can't use it if you don't have that skin type. Skincare is completely up to personal preference, and while there are certain things that may work better for your skin than others, at the end of the day, it's really up to you and what you like and how your skin responds, which I have no way of knowing. But anyway, so something that I think would be awesome if you have normal skin for a daytime moisturizer. If you're super oily, this could work as a nighttime moisturizer. If you have combo skin, it's just a really nice basic moisturizing lotion that's not too thick, but is definitely not as lightweight and serum-y as that previous lotion. So one that I would definitely recommend looking into if that sounds right up your alley. Next, we have their Redness Relief Daily Facial Moisturizer. So this one actually is a sunscreen. It's the only sunscreen out of all of these. It has broad spectrum SPF 20. It says it's for redness prone skin, that it has a tinted formula to neutralize the appearance of redness, that it's also fragrance free and non-comedogenic. The active ingredients in this sunscreen are a combination of titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, which is especially great in this situation because this is marketed towards those that are prone to redness and irritation, and something that is known to potentially irritate sensitive skin types are chemical or organic sunscreen filters like avobenzone, for example. So I appreciate the fact that they are using mineral filters in this sunscreen for that reason, but unfortunately, this is only an SPF 20, and SPF 20 is not high enough to rely on its own for adequate sunscreen protection. So sun protection. Adequate protection from the sun. You guys get what I'm saying. So I don't use this ever on its own for sun protection. I'll use it kind of as a topper combined with a different sunscreen that's an SPF 30 or higher. So Cetaphil, if you happen to see this, please can we make this an SPF 30, because I'm not kidding. I think this would be a top 7 to 10 holy grail sunscreen for me if it was an SPF 30 or higher, which is saying a lot. You guys know how many sunscreens I've tested out. So I would say the focus of this product truly is on calming and soothing the skin and neutralizing redness. So we'll talk about those ingredients in a second, but other highlights include glycerin and dimethicone again. And then this also has an emollient in it called lecithin, which is a natural moisturizing factor. So that's something that will help to replenish, soften, and smooth the skin. So as far as calming and soothing ingredients, this has caffeine and allantoin. Allantoin is a great ingredient that not only is going to help to calm and soothe, but it protects the skin and hydrates. And then the colorants in this that will help to neutralize redness include chromium greens and iron oxide. So chromium greens are actually truly green, and they do help to neutralize the appearance of redness. I had a moisturizer in my Eucerin skincare review from a while ago that had that ingredient in the moisturizer, and it was completely green. So if you guys haven't seen that yet, I will link that below. Not the case here, because this actually is tinted and definitely has more, I was gonna say a brown color. I guess, sure, it's not green. So it has iron oxides in it as well. And iron oxides, I always get very excited to see in a sunscreen, because sunscreens that have iron oxides added to them actually provide our skin with better protection against hyperpigmentation and melasma than the same sunscreen would without the addition of iron oxides, if that makes sense. So I love that. Really nice ingredient label here. Actually, I'll just say this now, all of these are fragrance and essential oil free, so we don't have to worry about that with any of these products. Great ingredient label and really, really, really great formulation. I love this formula so much. It's whipped and moussey, which kind of why did I take this lid off? I'm like ready to go to town. It reminds me a little bit of Australian Gold in that way, but it's like the hydrating, moisturizing sister to Australian Gold. So if you have been interested in that whipped moussey formulation, but found Australian Gold to be way, way too drying, this is an alternative, but again, only kind of as a topper because it feels nice and moisturizing, but it's not something that looks too greasy on the skin. It has the perfect tint to it where it's truly more neutral and it's not too orangey, not too pink. It's just, I love this stuff so much. So again, I'm really hoping this will eventually turn into an SPF 30 because it's great. Skin types here, I would say works for most skin types, honestly. If you're super, super oily and you want something that's truly watery or completely flat and matte, this won't be for you, but otherwise, I do think that this is going to work for most people because it's not something that looks greasy, but it feels moisturizing. So I would recommend looking into it if you're looking for something to help to kind of neutralize the appearance of a white cast of a different sunscreen that you have, or just add a little bit of a glow to the skin, maybe for a no makeup day, combined with other sunscreens. And they actually have one more redness relief moisturizer called their night moisturizer. So I think the reason this says night on it is just because it doesn't have sunscreen in it. It's not tinted, but you can absolutely use this at any time of day. There's no reason you can't use it during the daytime. So this also says it's for redness prone skin, and then it says it moisturizes to help to soothe irritation and redness due to dry skin, that it's fragrance free and non-comedogenic. So this is by far my favorite moisturizer out of all of these from Cetaphil. I feel like this is just elevated for them. It has an amazing formulation and the ingredients definitely stand out much more so than any of the other products that we have here. While these other moisturizers have really great ingredients, they're very basic, minimal ingredient labels for the most part, except for this one. Let's get into that right now. So many good ingredients that I could not memorize them all, so let me read through a couple. Hydrators include glycerin, propanediol, sorbitol, hyaluronic acid, and ceramide NP, so that's also a natural moisturizing factor that will replenish the skin. This has sunflower seed oil in it to help to soften and smooth, dimethicone as well as shea butter, which is a really rich, nourishing, occlusive ingredient. And then this has quite a few calming and soothing ingredients in it that are awesome, like allantoin, licorice root, which will help to brighten the skin as well, panthenol and caffeine again, and niacinamide. Come on, this is amazing for Cetaphil. I love that ingredient label so much. And the formula of this, it's so, so, so good. So it's kind of difficult to explain. I still would consider it to be a lotion versus a cream, but probably a thick lotion is how I would describe it. But it's so smooth, and something about it really helps to smooth lines. So if you're someone that has really dry skin and needs something to help to soften and smooth the look of those fine lines that are often exacerbated when you do have dryness going on, or just dehydration, even if you're oily, look into this because something about it, I don't know what it is, it works. I love this stuff. Something that is typically a little bit too heavy for me to wear during the day, unless I use a little bit of it, but a great nighttime moisturizer. So I would say this is definitely going to be for those of you that have dry skin during the day, or combo skin that leans a little bit dry, or if again you're dehydrated, or if you have normal to oily skin at night. This could work great. Oh, I love this product. I really hope we see more products like this from Cetaphil in the future, especially in their cleanser department, which I feel like needs a little bit of work, but oh man, this is good. And especially if you have sensitive skin, all of those things are awesome. Next, we have their Rich Hydrating Night Cream. So this one also says that it's for dry to extra dry skin, which just solidifies my confusion on this product because the formulations are nothing alike, yet they're apparently for the same exact skin type. This one says that it will rehydrate and gently nourish the skin overnight. Again, no reason that you can't use this during the day, except for the fact that it's definitely a little bit heavier. So if you just don't like that sort of thing during the day, then maybe it would just be a night cream for you. But otherwise, no reason you can't. Ingredient highlights for this one, again, we have some in common with the other products like glycerin and dimethicone. One of the other occlusive ingredients in this is petrolatum, so that's something that, again, is going to help to prevent transepidermal water loss. It's a really nice moisturizing ingredient, especially for those with dry skin. I would say the standout of this product are the plant-based oils in this that will not only help to soften and smooth rough, dry, flaky patches of skin, but are also just really nice, nourishing ingredients. Great sources of fatty acids, vitamins, etc., and they include sunflower seed oil and sweet almond oil. And honestly, I feel like the name of this product is spot on as far as formulation goes. So yes, it feels hydrating on the skin, but it also feels very rich and creamy, but not in a gross way like other moisturizers can feel. There's a fine line for creamy moisturizers between feeling rich and nourishing and then feeling just too gross and thick and heavy, waxy, balmy. I just don't love the feeling of any of those things. None of those words apply to this. So another product that kind of reminds me as far as the title is the CeraVe Skin Renewing Night Cream. Very different formulations. That is even thicker. That's like body butter. This is not like that. So that's why I think that you could get away with this if you have normal to oily skin at night. Maybe not during the day. Otherwise, great dry skin moisturizer. It just feels really nice and nourishing. Again, without being too heavy. Okay, so we have two more moisturizers. They both are in these large tubs and they both say that they're just for the body, but I wanted to include them in this video because you can use them on your face as well. Similar to that moisturizing lotion, there's nothing in either of these products that is going to be problematic for the face, but it just may not be a formula you love on the face, but maybe you will, so I wanted to include it. I honestly love both as body moisturizers. I don't personally use them on my face. I have combo skin that leans oily, so just things like this are not my favorite on the face, but they're so nice on the body, so I had to include them. The first is a newer product from them. It's their Soothing Gel Cream, so you guys already know. You already know based on the title of that I'm sucked in. It says it has aloe and allantoin to protect the skin, that it's for irritated, stressed skin. It's a fast absorbing formula to help to rescue, prevent, and relieve dry, cracked skin. So aside from also having glycerin and the allantoin, aloe is just going to help to hydrate the skin and can provide some relief if you have irritation. And then there are a few nice plant-based oils in this as well. Sunflower seed oil is one, but the other two that are unique to this product include soybean oil and actually shea oil. So at first I thought it was shea butter, but it's actually shea oil. So something that is still going to be rich and nourishing, but not as occlusive and creamy as shea butter itself. This formula is fire. I love this formulation. Again, title here is exactly right. It's a gel cream. It still has that creamy consistency, but it's very gel-like, which I love so much. So again, you could absolutely use this on your face. I feel like this is something a lot of people would actually really enjoy, especially if you have skin that leans dry, you have some irritation, some sensitivity. I feel like you would love this. Otherwise, again, makes a great body moisturizer. I really enjoy it. If you're someone that doesn't like a really thick, heavy body butter-like lotion for the body, then this is one to check out because it feels amazing. And the very last moisturizer we have is their moisturizing cream. This says it's for very dry, sensitive skin, that it provides intense moisture for 24-hour hydration. Ingredient highlights here are all things that we have already mentioned: glycerin, sunflower seed oil, sweet almond oil, and petrolatum. And this formulation is by far the thickest out of all of them. It is thick, but it feels intensely moisturizing, and I have loved this as a body moisturizer for a while. I know I've talked about it before on my channel. This is my go-to moisturizer when I'm using self-tanner because of how rich and moisturizing it is. It really helps to lock in that self-tan and prevent the color from fading as quickly as it may without. So if you're looking for something that does feel more like a body butter, this is going to be the one for you. Or maybe if this rich hydrating night cream isn't rich and occlusive enough for your skin and you have intensely dry skin, you absolutely could use this on the face, and I think it would work great for you in that way. Definitely not going to be for everyone because it's so thick, but boy, do I think that this is good. So we've officially made it to the end of this video. I really hope that this was helpful for you guys and you were able to figure out which of these moisturizers is going to be best for you. Let me know in the comments below. I'm super curious. Do you currently have any of these moisturizers? What do you think of them? Do you love them? Do you not love them? Are you going to try one of these after watching this? If so, which one? Are you going to try one for the body? I'm very curious. Let's all chat in the comments below. Again, as always, I will have everything linked in my description box below in order of mention to keep things nice and organized for you guys, so you can find exactly what you need. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, click on that notification bell, and send my channel to a friend. All of those things really help to support me and really mean a lot to me because of that support. If there's anything else you would like to see from me next, leave that request in the comments as well. I would love to do that for you. Otherwise, my next video will be up in a few days, so stay tuned for that, and until then, I hope you have a great few days.